They did pick Talia when that happened last time around. Of course, now TSM have the chance for counter pick.
Yeah, Jensen is a good assassin player, so they continue to respect the mid lane Fizz, even when they see possible top lane champions already here for Cloud9. This Gragas definitely very flexible. Contracts could take him into the jungle, but keeping TSM guessing.
There's the Talia ban off the table. Yeah, exactly. So Cloud9, of course, realized exactly what TSM did last time and said, Bjergsen, play something else. Of course, Syndra, sure, no problem. I'll play that instead. And we'll see if this counter pick ready for Cloud9's side.
Counter picks pretty few and far between as far as the Syndra go. Echo is still the one, though.
It is.
If Fizz is banned out.
I think it even fits the comp somewhat. You've got a little bit of setup CC to maybe land parallel convergence afterwards.
And again, let me be clear. I absolutely think that Jensen still has the best Echo in the North American LCS. Incredibly impressive on this champion.
Totally agree. There he is on your screen. We'll see. He had a heartbreaking loss to Counter Logic Gaming yesterday, and they had a nail biter against TSM in Game 1. Certainly, it is within the realm of possibility that Cloud9 makes this win happen. Might be largely on Jensen, who will be hovering and locking in the Echo. No fear in the face of what happened to him in the finals.
I mean, you have to play like that,
right?
Of
course. And I'm not saying it's like a big surprise he's willing for the champion, but the entire tease about this match was just Jensen's face and reliving the moment of no matter how many things happened that match, you always remember the last point of it. The last mistake that lost you the game is the one that hangs in your mind. And the Tahm Kench that you mentioned before, great insight, Kobe, will be picked up for Biofrost.
All right, we do get to see it. So now my next level that I'll be looking for is the caution that I laid there, where Rakan can as well just pick up the Tahm Kench in his little charm combo there into the W. So we'll see if Sneaky and Smoothie are able to grab both of them or gain any kind of pressure in that bottom lane. Meanwhile, Jensen on this Echo, as I said, I really like his play. I think he definitely can be game-changing on it, and we'll see how well he can balance on that edge of life and death, waiting as long as you can to use your ultimates, while still being able to get it off.
There's still plenty of hard CC and burst damage on this squad, so timing will be a bit close. Second game about to begin. Reaper waits, and there's Parth, and TSM and Cloud9's coaches now will have to leave it up to their players in this one as game 2 will begin shortly. Hauntzer revising his role on Kennen here. The Lee Sin and the Olaf switching hands. We can see that Svenskarn had the better side of it in the previous game, but Contracts certainly no slouch in the jungle. Syndra vs Echo once again. An exciting mid lane matchup. Considered Echo favored-ish because you can split push later on, but of course it's still close enough. And the return of Xayah and Rakan for Sneaky and Smoothie going to be fun to watch for as well. Doublelift was the player of the game, and 100% of all TSM's games so far. They banned away his Caitlyn. He's got to try again on something new as the Ashe Tahm Kench comes into the bot lane. And here we go, game 2 between Cloud9 and TSM.
I also want to bring up, as far as the changes we've seen, you know, Ray, again, he's very happy to take up the tank role, right? You know, he had that Galio, performed just fine on that. Now the Gragas, and we'll see how he can go into Hauntzer's Kennen, because Cloud9, once again, will be the ones, if they can get through this early game, that have that front line. And with an assassin, a diving mid laner, they do have the possibility of really bringing that pressure to TSM and trying to force them into more of that defensive play, whereas TSM, again, opting for a lot of cross-map play. They've got split-pushing Kennen, they have Ashe arrows, and of course, Tahm Kench, possibility.
See their win rates there. Again, looking to juke away, and Bjergsen really refuses to miss any skill shots for the Thunderlords to make that trade even better.
Oh, and Jensen really wants to get this cannon, so he's going to use the parallel convergence, but Jensen under pressure.
Yeah, here comes Sven around the backside as well. No way out, nothing to do, and down he goes, Jensen.
Absolutely good job there by TSM, using that cannon minion as bait. They knew he wanted to go for this cannon minion. So juicy, and they call over Svenskarn before the recall begins. Actually, Smoothie looking for it.
Decent damage on a double up. Not going to find on a one. No, not enough quills in range for a root.
Yeah, doesn't get the root, but again, Smoothie's aiming here, so he hits both of them, you know, just on the edge of double lift, and enough AoE there to get the knock up on Biofrost, who continues to take harassment. Here we go, though, punishing the greed for this cannon minion. Jensen's whole idea here was to get the cannon minion and then use his teleport to get back to lane, you know, go back under turret and get a recall off. But again, starting refillable potion is more greedy. He didn't start with the regular potions, which give you more time in lane, you know, more time to get that extra CS and get that level 3 and get the cannon minion. But we'll see how the first blood going over to Sven Skaren affects the jungle here, because he can take that advantage and try and roam around to the other lanes.
Absolutely the case. Gold-wise, he's obviously up.
Ben, the jungler, in that situation. Actually, Contracts goes bottom here.
And a fight with Smoothie gets the knockup only on the one. Battlefrost now running, but again, if he keeps getting away, he shouldn't get feathered. Not quite going to get rooted. Takes a bit of damage. Out they go.
As far as the top laners teleporting back to those push lanes, though, it is a vulnerable position. So if you don't have enough wards around you, if you don't have your jungler, it is very telegraphed that you want to teleport back to this push lane and you don't want this freeze to starve you out. There's a possibility for, you know, enemy junglers to try and punish that, just saying.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Sven, of course, had to match his own recall, though. Finally got his items. And look at that knockback on Hanser, a trade of ultimates here. And pretty healthy Ray right now. Hanser not a lot of ways out. Going to try to kite for some damage. Has the vamp, Scepter has the call. It's close. And it's not going to be enough. The barrel lands in melee range, and Ray gets the solo kill in the top lane.
Ooh, Ray able to pick it up. Tank play, no problem for him. Buffs are on. His ult is available. His flash is available. Definitely has a lot of options.
Something I'm always intrigued in the jungle is how different the item builds are. Hold on, there's a fight in the top lane. Look at that, beautifully played. There's no way out for Hanser. He is dead. That was actually immaculate from Ray.
Ray, so good here. He gets the...
He shows.
All right, once again, Ray here gets the clear path, body slam into the immediate flash ultimate, so there's no time for Hanser to dodge. And
To go for it, but that was some tight
it's definitely
windows.
close. They do know the summoner spells are also available.
Ooh, nice, okay. Couldn't quite juke, but hit R. Trades ult for ult. Sneaky gets the root, and here comes the kickback. They're going to pick him up, and that's one picked off. Bjergsen's there, the rest of the team as well. The stun is in, and that's 2 for 0. Here comes the Calvary, though. Cloud then looking to join the team. Hanser a bit injured, no ulti available. But Bjergsen is going to flash to stay alive. There's the knockback, it's perfect. Oh! And ult's back in as well. And it's going to be Cloud9 looking for a bit more if they can find it. Hanser almost has the Maelstrom. It's very close to being back up. TSM so forced to run. He's looking for the haste, and out they go. 2 for 1 advantage TSM.
That was a really exciting skirmish, actually. I mean, Sneaky saving his ultimate from previously in the all-in there, was able to use it to dodge the Ash Arrow, but as we said, the Tom Kench surprise is available, and it's Sven Skaren on the inside.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was like, there's a chance Hanser screws up.
Yeah, it's true. But Hanser still had his flash advantage since he didn't have to burn it last time. But yeah, look at that. Sneaky, right at the very end of the Ash Arrow, uses his ultimate. Lee Sin, though, look at that move from Sven Skaren. So quick to get in back for the knockup. Here goes the return kill. Jensen immediately answers. And then they try and pin down Bjergsen here, but Jensen sees the opportunity to use his ult onto Sven, who just gets devoured by Tom Kench. And Jensen going back there means that they are not going to be able to continue to chase onto Bjergsen and Hanser. Cloud9. Once again, the Zion Rakan combo, because they both get the attack speed, is very good at taking down turrets.
One more hit, he can devour. Maybe could have waited longer on the stun, doesn't really matter though. Kidnaps him back into the minion wave, and Ray, without a flash, has really no way out of this one. First turret will still fall, credit to C9, but Ray will lose his life as a result. This time a bit less glorious as the Baron stop from before.
Yeah, a little bit greedy here. He saw the Ashe and wanted to punish, but didn't respect.
Oh, there's the charm. Not going to get the knock, but they might still have enough for Hanser onto that one. Out he goes to the side. Here comes the rest of the team, though. Root's going to be there. The kickback. Sven buys a bit of time, but he's still running away. Days numbered. 1 for 0. Advantage C9 stays. Nice knockback by Bjergsen. Prevents the stun. The shield doesn't do too much either for Jensen.
Whew, so both top laners getting killed on either side. Smoothie did have to flash for his rather than, you know, Battlefrost and Double if we're able to get that without using any sub.
Double if to safety. But more of C9 looking to come around. Here comes the Ghost looking for the axes. They're going to get a bit here, and Jensen's in there as well. Going to get the stun onto the tanks to look for Double if. That's going to be one picked up. Can they go for more? Contracts has the turret aggro. The shield's going to come in before the stun lands, but the HP bar is running down. Sven gets the kill on Ray on the other side of the map in the top side jungle in the river as well. They're going to get Herald off that, but C9 going to take some bot lane turrets.
Yeah, C9 can take one turret and then even make the call if TSM decide to trade and continue pushing with that Rift Herald. They might want to choose to actually stick out there. Sneaky is pushing the wave up. Jensen's Echo, though, gets his revenge.
Yeah.
Another really good roam from Jensen, and he has Summoner spells available, too. This is where Echo, with Proto Belt completed, the threat just really kind of
stunned up. Here comes the chase. Smoothie's going to find one. The charm, the knockup. That's going to be a kill. No, it's not. Biofrost there to save the day again. And look at that stun. It's beautiful. Looking for more, but Jensen gets the ult out this time around. Gets away from TSM. Contracts down below 1,000. Looks for the stun. Looks to kill off Ray, and he's going to get it there. Jensen forces a flash back over the wall. Chased down by Hans, and this time there's no escape tools. Slowed down by the Ruin King, but the knockup's going to be there. Still, again, saved by Biofrost, and the root means almost nothing. Hans are back. Actually jumps forward with that one. You have the way of choosing which way you go out. Takes a bit more damage. He's going to be safe. 1-for-0 advantage TSM. All credit to Biofrost and Bjergsen.
Yeah, I'm happy that we get to see the counter in action that we expected from Champion Select, and from the mid lane play. Not going to be able to get it, though. Banshee's Veil comes through clutch for Bjergsen.
I'm a stun, but here comes the charm. The knockup on a 2. Biofrost only saved 1. Big root comes across 3 as well. Hanser cutting back in the back lines, and Double has some free time, but Jensen picks up 1 already. He's going for a bit more. They get the chase down. That's 2 dead. Ray looks for the CC. Can't quite find Hanser, but 2-0 C9 is a great start.
Oh my, the team fighting presence of Zyrakan is just so big. And the Ash Arrow is onto Ray, who, that's Cloud9's favorite member. Besides contracts with the ultimate up, they'd love to have the arrows go on to Ray, and Cloud9 going to look to pressure the Baron afterwards. 3 members of TSM available.
Yeah, Sven will have Smite available. There's not a lot of ways to zone them out. Contract's a bit low. He's going to find the stun. Oh, they can get him just with the kills, and Smoothie secures the credit, but of course credit to Jensen for all the hard work on that one. No way of stopping the Baron, and Cloud9 pick it up in 23 minutes.
All right, let's take another look as Double Lift shoots the Ash Arrow there, and it does hit, you know, a flashless member, but Smoothie's like, perfect! Arrow's already down on Ray, and Sneaky plus Smoothie get the root combo, which allows Jensen to get right in the middle as well, and they absolutely destroy the center of that team fight.
Really nice stuff there. TSM get the consolation prize of a Cloud Drake, sorry, Ocean Drake, I misspeak. Of course, still worse than grabbing a Baron, and C9 should have the power to start pushing this game open.
Look at this, Jensen sneaking into the side wave. Not quite close enough to the side brush, though, Hanser, to be able to get caught. If they get this turret and then are able to purchase with all the money, it will be a very big advantage.
And Ray getting kicked into the team, though, stunned as well. He's got no life bar left, an immediate shutdown. Well played by Sven, didn't have to flash. The Ward Hop was all he needed.
Yeah, good thing TSM do not hesitate there, because...
Oh, Hanser. Oh, he almost gets stunned as well. The ulti's not going to block a lot, to be honest, and this could be Jensen making it happen, actually getting chunked down, ult's back, and suddenly he's in a 1v2. The Lich Bane, he's not winning the fight just yet, has to flash the thick part of the wall, ease back over.
Double lift.
Getting away. Double does not have an arrow. He does have flash and heal. Jensen going to get the shield, but he's going to not have enough health bar. And it's another shutdown, and Svenskar making some very good plays and getting some kills back into TSM's pockets.
Yep, 5v3 now for TSM. Power play down mid. Hawkshot is on cooldown, I believe.
Redemption spots vision. It does not do damage to neutrals. And if you miss CC, the charm lands, but he's back up from it. Can Sven get the steal? They're trying to zone him out. It's actually 1 kill off as Sneaky failed to do anything to dodge the damage. Sven does get deleted. Now, can the jungler do anything? Of course not, because Contrax is dead. The fight continues on the backside. Smoothie forced to run away. They're going for the steal, and it gets picked up by Bjergsen. It is TSM who win the fight up. 2 kills and a Baron, the triple for the mid laner.
Both junglers killed, and TSM return to the Baron, get it with the abilities here. Bjergsen gonna find the last hit. Whew. And that will give them priority down mid lane. They should get multiple turrets, plus the inhibitor here with their 4 versus 2 advantage.
Well, and they go for the middle inhibitor turret. That's gonna fall right away, and inhibitor to follow as well. 14 seconds on contracts. They should have enough time. Sneaking up in 3, though. Might stop them. I hate to say it, but Jensen did die with Zoni's available. Wouldn't have changed the fight much, but it's TSM winning that fight pretty cleanly.
All right, let's take a look, because this gets really scrappy as both teams are trying to kill the junglers here.
Oh, that's fun.
Svenskaren is the target. Yeah, look at that. Huge amount of burst there. Contrax is now running around between Bjergsen, Hanser, and Double Lift, so both junglers are dead. Smite's not on the table anymore, and TSM have more damaging abilities. Jensen goes in for the Baron, all of his eyes are on Y. Oh, he got knocked by the Baron as well, so he didn't have time. That is a CC, by the way. Baron knocking you back out.
Yeah. And Sneaky now maybe cut out, gets tanks the arrow, his support. Speedy gonna stay alive. Shields back over to the teammate. Nothing picked up majorly. But it is TSM now with the lead. 900 gold advantage. Ray looks for the explosive cast. Only finds Sven. Bjergsen had the Banshees. They can see it.
They're still on the chase.
They're looking for this play. This could be the one for the comeback. Looks to get a little bit back here in this one. Citadel Pop does not kill up any of the tanks. So can there be a fight to be had? Because Haunts are still splitting without TP up in the bot lane. And Ray is going to get chased down and split off and picked off. C9 could not find the 5v4 team fight victory. They lost a 5v4. And Haunts are still pushing in the bot lane.
Yeah, and that is a Baron buff Haunts here. So this is going to be hugely called up. Contracts has healed in the fountain, and he's back out here with the home guards.
Can they find it? In the lane they go. Sneaky looking for a bit of wave clear. Stun's going to find one. Contract still at 3k HP though. Wave clear fast. Okay.
Good patience from TSM. They know that they've got several more lines of super minions ready to funnel in and help them out with their siege.
Happy to wait for a little while. Contract's waiting for ambient gold to get his stone plate. I forget the combined cost, but he's got 700 gold in his pockets right now.
They should push hard on this one. Jensen's back to the bottom side to deal with that super minion.
Here we go. A little bit of time. They're going to push him for this one. The balls are down. The knockback not going to find a whole time. Looking for double lift to buy some time. Looking for the charm. They might get Sven. Forced to kite back out, and Haunts zones out the team with the Maelstrom. A stun out from Jensen, though, and it's not going to matter. Pop still didn't stay alive. He still gets shut down. The CC is too much. These solo laners are dead, and that's what's going to be all she wrote. Down goes Sneaky, down goes Smoothie. It's Contracts left alive, but there's no base left to defend. The minions are here, and TSM going to return to the LCS with a 2-0 victory, convincing at that, knocking down Cloud9, who start their spring off 0-2 in matches. TSM, congratulations for the 2-0 win, and with double it back in the roster, they are looking, maybe that 18-0 run happens.
Bjergsen 8-1-6 on that Syndra from the mid lane. Able to play the back line very effectively. Staying safe with himself. Flash and Ghost utilized so often for dodging skill shots.
TSM. Well played 2-0. The handshake's coming out. I always like seeing which players hug as opposed to handshake. We saw Dardoch hug Piglet in the CLG Liquid match, which I really enjoyed. Looks like just standard handshake for these guys. That's fine. It's just always fun to see some people have that closer camaraderie. TSM smiles on the roster. And this is the beginning of what everyone thinks is TSM being the #1 team in this split. Kind of Logic Gaming think they can match them, that it'll be a fun one next week. Of course, TSM still more matches to play. And Cloud9, though, it's